pandemic and just living here in general, I wanted to get more involved with what's going on. I'm very like dedicated on learning as much as I can about how we can come together as a community and how we can take control of our own narrative and share our stories that matter to us in the Austin community. So I'm thankful to Tina for letting me be a part of this, and thank you to you all for joining. And hopefully, we can make connections and see how we can bring businesses and artists together, so we can show them like how culturally rich we are here.
I'm sorry about the reverb, but thank you so much, Fury. Antonia, if you haven't met Fury, you need to get in contact
we
with
spoke, I was gonna say,
Oh,
we spoke.
excellent,
Hey,
excellent.
Antonia. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Well, I want to say welcome once again. You're with the Austin Chamber Check-In. We are now live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So this is our first time going live with YouTube, and we'll be able to reach even more people. And so if you would like for your face to be shown, and I'll say this again a little bit later throughout our time together, if you want your face and your business to be shown, you have to have your picture on. So it will pop in and out, at least, you will be shown on Facebook and YouTube, but that's how you will be able to market your business if you have your face shown. And so today, what we're going to do is have Fury, she's going to give a shout out to all the businesses that have checked in on our chat session here. And then later on, before we end, I'll make a note of those who checked in on Facebook. So Fury, if you could kind of like give a shout out, that'd be great.
Okay, sure. And please forgive me if I mess up anyone's name. Feel free to correct me. First, I see we have Patty Jenkins from Taproots. Hi, Patty. Let's see, we have Ruby Taylor as well from Taproots. We have Antonia Rupert, artist in residence, serving Austin. Hello, Antonia. See Anthony Scott, Wintrust Bank. Hello, Anthony. We have James Bowers, Law Office, Turn Back the Hands of Time Antiques on Chicago Avenue. Hello, James. We have, let's see, look for some more names. We have Athena Williams, Executive Director of Oak Park Regional Housing. Hey, Athena, good to see you. Let's see. We have Sharon Hartshorn from Santa South Austin Neighborhood Association. I believe that stands for. We have LaShawn James from Addis Home Care. Hello, LaShawn. Let's see, we have Jasmine Yates with Habilitative Systems Incorporated as Community Engagement Coordinator. Hello, Jasmine. I think I said LaShawn James, Regional Vice President at Addis Home Care. Okay, and that's everyone so far. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then I want to also make notice of our board members. We have some who are on here right now with us, and then others who will be joining us a little later. And our chairman is Ed Coleman. Roxanne Charles is our vice chair. And then we have Crystal Dyer. Oh, let me back up. Ed Coleman and Roxanne Charles are from Westside Forward. And then Crystal Dyer from Gun Again Travel and Tours. Hi, Crystal. See you there. Anthony Scott is with Wintrust Bank. Vanessa Stokes. And then we have Velda Bruner. They are our board members. And so today we have 4 guests who will be speaking on various topics. We have Athena Williams. She's the Executive Director of Oak Park Regional Housing. Anthony Scott is the Vice President of Wintrust Bank. Ruby Taylor is the Executive Director of Taproots. And then we have Via Larde. She's the owner and chef of Two Sisters Catering and Restaurant. So, and then we have a really big announcement that we're going to share with you today. I am so excited about that. And I'm going to show, here's the flyer with the chamber check-in, and you will be able to see the guests who are speaking today. And then there is our wonderful Fury. She's also featured on our flyer as well. And we're going to kind of like go a little different today. We're going to allow Athena to speak first, but I would like to just share a little bit about Athena with you. She's the executive director of Oak Park Regional Housing, and OPRHS is regarded as a leading agency for promoting fair housing rights, expansion of housing options, and equal racial access in Oak Park and surrounding West Cook communities. So the Oak Park Regional Housing provide a lot of resources for residents in the Oak Park, on the west side of Chicago, and specifically in Oak Park. Since its inception, Oak Park Regional Housing has welcomed more than 150,000 BIPOC into Oak Park community, helping to create the model of a vibrant, integrated community, which is the cornerstone of Oak Park today. Athena was born and raised on the west side of Chicago. She's a resident of the Austin community and has lived here for more than 20 years. She's a respected community organizer and advocate. And before stepping into the position of executive director in the fall of 2019, Athena was the former program director for the West Cook Home Ownership Center in Oak Park. She has played many advocacy roles in the community, including Chicago Public School Council President, Associate Director of the Monroe Foundation, Development Director of the West Side Ministers Coalition, and an administrative assistant to the City of Chicago 37th Ward Alderman Emma Mitz. Athena is a product of the Chicago Public Schools and holds a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and holds multiple certifications in housing and financial coaching through HUD and the Neighborhood Reinvestment Corporation. Athena is also a widowed mom of the MBA candidate at Hampton University and a caregiver of her 85-year-old mom. Hats off to you, Athena, because I know that's really a lot. I have a 93-year-old mom. She is so precious to me, and I know you feel the same way for your mom. And welcome to the Chicago Austin Chamber check-in.
Thank you so much, Tina, and your board and all the members for having me. And I would be remiss if I didn't also introduce my colleague, Earl Chase from Heartland Housing, because we're here today to talk about this fabulous project that's coming to the Austin community, the redevelopment of the Austin Laramie State Bank. Am I able to share a screen, Tina? No, it says I can't share screen. We can't hear you, Tina.
You're muted.
I'm sorry, Athena. Just a second. I'm going to change host here, and I'm going to make you a co-host.
Okay.
So that you will be able to do that. Let's see here. You know what? I'm not able to do that. All right, I'll give you sharing rights. Let me give you sharing rights. Okay, I think you should have it. Let me see. You don't have it. Okay. Fury, can you change your sharing rights and make yourself a guest? I think that's what has to happen.
Okay, is that under more or?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Stop live stream, closed caption, breakout rooms.
No,
and support.
It's right by your name on participants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Okay, try to do this. Go under the share screen at the bottom and see if you can give her sharing rights, because I can't give it to her right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay, it says all participants now, so maybe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. See if you can.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to open it up. Then I got to put it on a slideshow. And there we are. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
So some of you may have seen this presentation. So Earl and I are going to sort of zip right through it because you've seen it. Some of you that have not, if you have a question, please put in the chat box. And Samantha, would you mind helping us with the chat box as we move forward with any
Sure, no
questions?
problem. Yes,
Thank
yep.
you so much. Earl, are you ready? Earl, can you?
I'm ready.
All right. So here we go. So as you know, the city of Chicago put out an RFP to redevelop the Austin Laramie State Bank. And there it is there, as you see it in its present state. And the selections for that process were Oak Park Regional Housing Center, which is the community development partner. And we're partnering with Heartland Housing, who's the primary development partner for this project. So we have a short agenda today. Basically, we're going to zip right through. Earl's going to share a little bit about Heartland Housing, the work that they do, the work they do in Austin. And then I'm going to share a little bit more about Oak Park Regional Housing Center, our presence in Austin. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the project. So here you go, Earl, take it off.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to be here with the chamber and all of the residents here in the community. Just wanted to share a little bit about Heartland Housing. Heartland Housing is one of 5 companies of Heartland Alliance. Heartland Alliance in general is just we're a nonprofit, and we're a nonprofit that's based in service in human rights. We help the most marginalized in society as an alliance, and we have numerous services through our various companies. Some of them are Heartland Alliance Health, Heartland Human Care Services are the most relevant. As far as housing, we're a developer. So we're a nonprofit developer, and we develop affordable housing in the city of Chicago, as well as in the state of Wisconsin. In Chicago, we have over 1,000 units, and we serve over 1,500 residents. We're also a joint venture partner on 3 projects with another development partner. And we spent 22 years in the Austin community with one of our projects, which is permanent supportive housing. It's 39 units of permanent supportive housing, and our internal partner, Heartland Human Care, is our partner there. I guess I should back up and kind of tell you about myself. I'm the executive director of Heartland Housing, as I mentioned. I've been in this role since November. My background is primarily on the equity and financing side of real estate development deals. I've spent over 20 years in the space, and I've worked for various companies, banks, as well as investors, and I've worked across the country as well. So I bring that expertise to Heartland and leading up the housing company as we seek to develop more properties and more projects around the city. This development, the Laramie State Bank redevelopment, is very important to us. It's an opportunity for us to partner with the Oak Park Regional Housing Center and work to really create an icon, a real estate icon, and a real development here in the Austin community. So we also have jumping back to Heartland Alliance and some of our services. We have a program called Ready Chicago, which has helped to save the lives and provide jobs and wages for many of our West Side residents. The program focuses on young men, and it gets them out of gun violence, cures them from the trauma associated with that. And then more importantly, it helps them to build a life through jobs, through workforce development training, through cognitive and mental support services, and also housing as well. So we've done this primarily in the city of Chicago. Our Heartland Human Care Services, arm, they have provided different services to our residents at the property that we have in Austin, as well as to these young men. So we're a partnership organization. We're all about partnership, and you'll see that on the upcoming slides. And I'll kick it back over to Athena.
Okay, so Heartland has many partners in Austin. As you see here, Westside Health Authority, Build, Bethel New Life Habilitative Systems. Heartland has partnered with the Westside Heroin Opioid Task Force, Austin Come Together, Institute for Nonviolence, and Friends of the Children. So that's many of the partnerships that Heartland Housing has here in Austin currently. So now we're going to jump into Oak Park Regional Housing Center. So Oak Park Regional Housing Center is a 501c3 HUD approved agency. We've been working on the Greater West Side for the past 49 years. Our original conception in the late 1960s, early 1972 was to decrease or to deter redlining, which is one of the things that helped Oak Park become the vibrant community it is today. Throughout Austin, the goal was to help people become homeowners, help people realize the dream of home ownership. Is there a question? Let me see. When and how will Citizens Board for the Laramie Bank project be appointed? Who chooses them? So we'll get to you with that in a minute, Miss Bonnie. So our work in Austin, Oak Park Regional Housing Center in Austin, in the past 2 years, we've met with more than 200 property owners. We've helped 25 of those owners with grants to help them repair their vacant units and help them find tenants. In 2020, we provided homebuyer education to 218 households, financial education, credit and debt counseling, rental assistance was big in 2020. As you know, that was part of the whole COVID recovery program, foreclosure prevention. And so that, you know, people know, Tina, Oak Park Regional Housing has had an office in Austin since 2017. Yeah. So, and then we also used to have a satellite desk before COVID over at Alderman Miss office during ward night. So we know we're looking forward to that. You know, going back to doing a satellite office at her during her ward night as soon as she opens up. And speaking of Alderman Miss, she's having a Mother's Day program. Are you aware of that, Tina?
Yes, please go ahead and announce it.
Yeah, so on May 8th, that Saturday, Alderman Miss is going to close down Chicago Avenue, and there's going to be vendors out there. There's going to be giveaways, raffles. It's going to be a huge Mother's Day event, different resources. She's partnering with Austin People's Action Center, Black Men United, and a few other local nonprofits. And then there'll also be many other groups that are going to have resource tables there. Oak Park Regional Housing Center will be there as well. And then members from our team, Oak Park Regional Housing Center and Heartland Housing together, we are called Austin United Alliance for this project, and we'll have information at our table about our project as well. Oak Park Regional Housing Center has a lot of partners in Austin as well. As you know, we are the co-chair for the Housing Task Force for Austin Come Together. We work with Build as well, Bethel New Life, Westside Forward. Gone Again Travel has been a great supporter of Oak Park Regional Housing Center. We work with By the Hand Club. We've worked with Santa and Canna, particularly when we were working on our home preservation program, which was also known as Austin Ascending. We work with the Third Unitarian Church, the Leaders Network, and of course, we've also worked with Westside Health Authority. So as I stated, together we are Austin United Alliance. And if you look at that little picture on the side, that's the vision we have for that site on Laramie and Chicago Avenue. Our key team members, our architects are Valerio DeWalt Train and Leighton Design together. We're also working with Boa Construction. Boa Construction is a Black-owned and operated general contractor, which is being led by their project manager, Lee Fantroy. Here you see they have over 25 years of general contracting, construction management, design build experience. And also Tina, Boa is also the sub general contractor working on the police academy over in West Humboldt Park. So the project is going to have affordable housing. It's going to have energy savings. There will be solar panels. The interior of the bank is going to have a new bank branch as well as a business incubator. It will also have a blues museum that's going to have a vast collection of artifacts and memorabilia about music and different video footage. And it will also be the home of Mocha 24, which is a coffee lounge. Community involvement includes community-led board of directors, community-wide programming, which is going to lead to wealth distribution back into the community. The goal of that RFP was to make sure that there was a way to show wealth building through that project. And the way that's going to work is that community-led board of directors is going to work together to manage and operate the bank building and work with the revenue. And at the end of the year, they will work with either a small business or a nonprofit in the community to work to figure out how to put those funds back into the community to help build capacity. And also community involvement includes a broad outreach of community awareness around the project and other resources that may be available to individuals and or households. We'll be working to advance the quality of life through community narrative, because this project itself is going to change the community narrative for Austin. You know, the fact that we're going to have so much to offer through this project, economic development with the development of the small business incubator, the new housing. We're looking at approximately 76 units of rental apartments, affordable rental apartments, and then the public safety that will come along with that. Of course, there'll be economic impact with a number of jobs through this project, through the development, and then a number of jobs once the development is completed, as well as during the construction. The fact that we'll have workers, so many new people in the community that'll be able to spend money in the community, you know, as they buy lunch or go to the stores that are already on Chicago Avenue. Do we want to see? Let's see, what's the question?
Yeah, we have a couple of questions. Bonnie asked a question, when and how will Citizen Board for the Laramie Bank project be appointed, and who chooses them?
So currently we are working with both aldermen to create nominating committees. There will be an eligibility chart that will be made that will be also shared with our internal team, then with the aldermen as well. And then we'll be releasing that within the next, most likely 90 days, once we go through a lot of legalities and things of that nature.
Mhm.
So everyone will have an opportunity to learn more about it as we move
Mhm.
forward. Somebody asked a question about which bank. Right now,
Right.
we're working with several different banks to look at that space.
Mhm.
No
Okay.
commitments have been made as of yet.
Okay, so you're still accepting applications?
We're still talking to different banks about the opportunity to be in that space.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So the project, the housing, there's approximately 76 units, as I stated. It's a composition of 1 beds, 2 beds, and 3 bedrooms. The composition is 70% affordable, which means that they can be comprised of an AMI of 60%, which is highlighted there, or less, even 50% AMI, and then also 80% AMI. So it's going to be a combination of those 3 areas. And this chart here shows you what that 60% AMI means. So 60% AMI means one person can make up to $39,180 in the year 2021. If it's 50% AMI, one person can make up to $32,650. Okay. So this is what the rendering looks like for the project. If you're looking from the west, as you see the bank on the east side of the site, there'll be a courtyard, and then all of that in the middle is housing. You see the solar panels at the top. This is the courtyard. This is the rendering of what the courtyard would look like. Space for people to sit, space for people to entertain. Those gates there are movable. They're open in the daytime to welcome the community that are walking back and forth in to sit in the courtyard, but they're movable so that at a certain time they will be closed to the public and only accessible for the people that live in the rental units. And that's the project. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Athena. I really appreciate you coming on to our chamber check-in and sharing with our residents and those who live outside of Austin and frequent our chamber check-ins. Thank you for presenting. Does anyone else have any questions before we move on to our next speaker?
And Tina, I'm going to say thank you for having me in, Earl. We have to jump off and get on another call. So thanks so much for letting us go first. And again, thank everyone for having us. I will put my contact information in the chat if anyone wants to reach out to me directly.
And then I also want to say that you can add the Austin Chamber of Commerce to your list of supporters.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Tina. Did you hear that, Earl?
And then we'll also talk later regarding other ways that we will work to help promote
Okay,
the project. Mhm.
that'll be great. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you. We have to get on another call.
All right.
All right.
Take care
Bye-bye.
now.
Bye, Samantha.
Okay. Well, that was great information. And, this recording is on YouTube. And we kind of got disconnected from the Facebook Live, but what I'm going to do, I'll just, download the video and make sure that it's circulated through all of the channels on Facebook Live. And so our next guest speaker is Anthony Scott. He's the Vice President of Wintrust Bank. Wintrust Bank has been taking the West Side by storm. You really need to get to know Anthony and see the various, how can I say it, programs or products that they are selling or offering, I'll just say, those who have accounts, bank accounts, and even those who do not have a bank account with Wintrust. They're serving all business owners. And Anthony Scott has been the branch manager and vice president for the Wintrust Corporation for the past 3 years. And Anthony provides leadership to his retail banking team at the Near West Financial Center, located at 2 Northwestern. Anthony was recruited to open, manage, and grow Wintrust Bank and their first location in an African American community. And right now, their Near West Bank is now at $15 million. And Anthony is going to share a little bit more about that too, and where they're located. Prior to Wintrust Corporation, Anthony was employed by the Urban Partnership Bank, a small community bank located on the south side of Chicago. And Anthony has been successful in providing leadership to their only branch on the west side in the city. And while at Urban Partnership, he was recruited by the Wintrust Company. Anthony spent 26 years working with the Northern Trust Corporation, and for over 15 of his years of his career, he served as the personal banking team leader, and that was for the Schomburg Financial Center at Northern Trust. He and his team successfully grew that book of business in such a way that Northern Trust actually decided to build a standalone facility in the neighboring suburb of Barrington. Anthony was approached with an opportunity to lead banking teams in low to moderate income areas. And he jumped on at the opportunity and met the challenge with great success. Anthony found his passion working with and educating low-income communities in the ways of financial management, and has dedicated the last 10 years of his career to bringing financial liberation and education to those communities which other financial institutions have ignored. And one thing I can definitely say with Wintrust Bank coming to our community, yes, Anthony, it's because of Anthony that this bank is flourishing on the west side of Chicago. And he's going to share a little bit about the, like I said, the products that they're offering. In 2018, Anthony joined the board of the North Lawndale Employment Network. As a board member, Anthony assisted NLEN, and that's the North Lawndale organization, in purchasing the old Community Bank of Lawndale. Now that bank used to be Sears Bank. So that lets you know just the pull that the west side of Chicago had back in the day when I was very young. It used to be Sears Bank. And when my dad had his business, that's where he banked at the Sears Bank. But now it's owned by Wintrust. And so Anthony formed a partnership with NLEN to lease the space in that building. So that's what Wintrust they're doing. They're leasing the space. As a result of this partnership, in the third quarter of 2020, Anthony will open Wintrust's second location on the west side of Chicago, located and that was in North Lawndale. So yeah, that was past tense. So right now I'm going to welcome Anthony Scott. If you can unmute yourself, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm such a pleasure to meet everyone. And Tina, you were kind in reading those bio notes. Let me please mute my phone here in the office. Wintrust Bank is now in North Lawndale. We're also in what is known as the Near West area, which is on Madison and Western, but we now have a location at 1111 South Holman. And soon, within the next 45 days, we should have our third location on the west side of Chicago, located at 2652 West Ogden, in what will be called the Ogden Cummings Douglas Park branch. And we have hopes and aspirations to hopefully one day bring a bank to the Austin area. We've been looking for a location. The leaders of Wintrust Bank would prefer to be on North Avenue. I have spoken to them about the project at the Laramie State Bank. And they said, well, let's just see what they come up with. So hopefully eventually soon you will see Wintrust Bank located in the Austin area. Wintrust Bank has been around for over 27 years. We have 175 locations. And one of the reasons why you might not recognize the name of Wintrust Bank is because Wintrust does things differently. When we go into a community, we undergird and take on the name of that community. The branch here is known as North Lawndale because it's in the North Lawndale community. The branch at Madison and Western is known as Near West because it's in the Near West community. We have another bank called the Hyde Park Bank because it's in the Hyde Park community. We have another bank called the Beverly Bank because it's in the Beverly Bank community. So we will soon be, within the next couple of months, opening up a bank in the Oak Park area. And so it will be called the Oak Park branch of the Wintrust Bank. And that will be on the corner of Lake and Oak Park, where the Wild Wildberry restaurant used to be. We will be occupying that hopefully sometime later on this year. So Wintrust is on the move. We look to be Chicago's bank, and we want to be in every community within Chicago. But as we always know, it's all about location, location, location. So we're trying to find the right locations to set up within those communities. The reason why I work for Wintrust and I love Wintrust so much is because of their products. Wintrust has products that are conducive to the communities for which they reside. You can go into Wintrust Bank and open up an account for only $100, and you can withdraw that $100 the very next day, and your account would not be closed and you would not be assessed a fee. Wintrust accounts do not hold any minimum balances. So you can take your account down to zero and not incur a fee. Also, with Wintrust's debit card, you can go any place in the United States of America and use your debit card. And if another bank charges you within 24 hours, the next business day, Wintrust will reverse and refund those charges to you. So you could have a free checking account and a free debit card and not pay any expenses at all. I'm a big component of banking in the community. And one of the things I love about Wintrust is they offer an alternative to us going into the currency exchanges and paying for the products that we pay for at currency exchanges. You can now get those products free at any bank. As far as it relates to businesses, Wintrust also we love small businesses. And so we have this beautiful entrepreneur checking account where if you do not do more than 75 transactions within a month, your account is totally free. We do not charge you any fees. You can have free mobile banking, free online banking. And so Wintrust is here. We are a major player in the banking industry. We've been around for over 26 years, and we want to be your bank. And so please, by all means, I'll put my information in the chat box and feel free to reach out to me. I am the business development officer for Wintrust Bank. I cover the entire West Side, which would also be the Austin area. So anybody who needs any banking services and would like to have a detailed conversation as to how Wintrust can help you save money, because right now, currently, the other banks that are out there are probably charging you some fees, and why pay fees if you don't have to? So thank you, Tina. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you guys. And if there are any questions, I can take questions.
I do have a question, Anthony. When is your next workshop?
So we are because of COVID, we have held off on doing some things, but I would like to have a small business access to capital workshop. Probably I'm looking at August. And if the numbers continue to go down and I can find a facility big enough, I will offer that workshop. That's one of the things that we're really known for, Tina, is our financial literacy. We love to educate people about all of the products and services that are out there. There's a lot of money right now available from the state and from the local government, but people don't know about it. And so Wintrust would sponsor an event where we would bring everybody together and bring in certain individuals from the state and local governments and other places like Axion and LISC and things like that. And they can talk about how you can apply for their funds. So hopefully sometime later on in this year, I'll be able to put together a financial literacy like that and bring you guys the information. I will make sure I keep you abreast of what we will be doing. So,
Please.
but
Thank you
I
so
will.
much.
I want to reach out, and I just want to say, as Wintrust moves into these different neighborhoods, it's important that you support it. I cannot tell you enough. I'm fighting to get banks and branches in neighborhoods that other people have looked, but I need your help. In order to do that, I need you to support the bank. So once the bank comes to your neighborhood, I need for you to come in and open any account, any kind of account you can. Thank you,
That's
Tina.
right. Thank you so much, Anthony.
No problem.
Well, I want to share a surprise with you. This is something that our company, Elevate Services, we are a full marketing and communications company. And prior to taking on the executive director's position, I served as board member of the Austin Chamber of Commerce. And so I was on the board for a little bit over 5 years. And I did realize the need for our community to have a robust website where members could come on and sign up as a member. Members can use it to advertise, to share information, access resources. And so now, we have a full-fledged website with the Austin Chamber of Commerce. Yay! So I'm going to share it with you right now. I will be offering training on how to use the website, but I'll just kind of take you through just a few things here. You can search businesses, you can join the chamber here and also in other places here, and you can also check out upcoming events. Oh, we have Gone Again Travel and Tours on here. So some of our members are already on here right now, and then they have the opportunity to log in and set up their profile. You can upload your logo. As I mentioned, you can advertise your business, your contact information would be on here, your website information. Here's Gone Again Travel and Tours. It will open up in a separate window. We also have a way where you can see businesses throughout the entire city of Chicago. And all you have to do is just enlarge the map. The black dots right now are our members, and that's where they're located. You can click on here and see that's where Habilitative Systems Inc. is. I think there's no address on there, so it just put them by the lake. That's interesting. But right here we have South Austin Neighborhood Association, SANA. So when they do log in, they will be able to finish their profile. Let's see, you can search by keyword. Gone Again Travel is right here. I just clicked on the G and there's Gone Again Travel. Oh, that's Gift of Hope. And then Addis Home Care, they're one of our members. And I uploaded your logo for you. I uploaded your logo. And then, so here's Addis. Addis is located on the map right here, LaShawn. And so this is just some things that we have that you'll be able to access. You can also access member news. Eventually we'll have a lot of things on here. And one piece of news, we're really excited. One of our most recent members is Two Sisters Catering and Restaurant. They're having their grand opening tomorrow, and they just moved into their new location. They were at the Hatchery for a number of years, and now they have their own brick and mortar restaurant and catering business. And they're located at 4800 West Chicago Avenue. Vita Lardy, I don't know if you're on the call right now, but Vita Lardy, she's the owner of Two Sisters. catering and restaurants. So you can go to the website, get information. They have I have their hours here for you, as well as a little press release here. But you can also join. If you click join here, you can become a member. It has most of the benefits that we just, our standard business benefits. But if you become a member, you will have access to this full website. You can market events. We have an event a calendar here where you can put information on upcoming events. You can put your workshops. It has the various amount. Right now, we've lowered the membership for small business owners to only $100. And then for individuals, it's only $35 for an individual. And then nonprofit is $100. And then we have sponsorship levels for corporations who are looking to help the chamber advance their initiative throughout the city of Chicago, because we don't just serve the Austin community, we work with the entire west side of Chicago. So I just wanted to kind of throw that shameless plug that we now have a full-fledged, robust website. We're also going to be including not affinity groups, but there are networking groups that we're building, and we'll be reaching out to you because if we work together, let's say real estate companies work together with real estate companies, if nonprofit organizations work together with nonprofit organizations, if retail businesses work together with each other, you can sharpen your skills and sharpen and share resources with one another to create a much stronger community. And it's about us building community with one another. So that's our website right there. And then my company, Elevate Services, we're also located on here, along with our links to our website. Our phone number is here. So if you want to see what services that we provide, you will have it there. And I'm also going to drop the website in the chat. Is ChicagoAustinChamber.com. And so next is our next guest is Ruby Taylor. And Ruby Taylor has been a dedicated human services professional. I've worked with Ruby. I think it's been, what, 2 years, Ruby, that we've been working together. Fantastic person, fantastic, awesome spirit. She's been a professional in this field for almost 40 years. Nearly 20 years ago, Ruby began her role as an executive director of Taproots. The organization has locations on Chicago's west side in both the Austin and East Garfield Park communities. Taproot's mission is to provide social and educational outreach, prevention, life skills, parenting, and cultural arts programs to at-risk youth, adults, and families that promote positive life and health choices, and foster a climate for personal growth, development, and change. Over the years, Ruby has provided leadership that has enabled the organization to expand its services to thousands by providing its education for life, Imani, NIA, and family life outreach programs in partnership with public and private schools, youth programs, community-based organizations, faith-based institutions, public agencies, homeless shelters, and child care centers. Because Ruby believes that knowledge is power, she and her dedicated staff are motivated and committed to equipping both youth and adults with the knowledge and skills needed to empower them to make responsible decisions, become productive members of society, overcome societal ills, build healthy families and safe communities, and improve their quality of life for now and in the future. And thank you, Ruby, for joining us. You have the floor.
Thank you so much, Tina. It was a pleasure to partner with Tina. Like she said, it's been a couple years now. And we were actually providing an introduction to RP session at at an organization, and Tina was there, and we hit it off. And we've been partnering ever since then. So thank you so much, Tina, for inviting us to come and be a part of this meeting today. We are very grateful for this opportunity. I have our staff here today also. We have Fahim Willis, who is with us, Patty Jenkins, and Virginia Sunshine. These are our staff from Taproots, just a few of them. We have some people who are not on this morning, particularly our instructors with our After School Matters program. And Fury, oh girl, you know, we got to get you to come and be a guest speaker, because we have 2 After School Matters programs that are spoken word programs. So this summer, we're going to be offering like 3 After School Matters spoken word programs. Our Color Girls are Cover Girls Apprenticeship, our Color Girls are Cover Girls Advanced, and our Urban Sons Speak Life. And you're going to have to come and speak life to our young people.
I got you. I got you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is what we call networking, and I love it. I love it when we have the opportunity to network. I've been knowing Anthony Scott for a number of years, from way back when. So
Hey,
Anthony,
Ruby,
yes.
Anthony and I, we went to high school together.
Wow.
We
See?
played in the band. He and his wife, we played in the band together.
Wow. See, I know his wife also. So I just love it when we get a chance to network and connect like this. And then there are a few other faces and names that I recognize from some other meetings that we're involved with. But I won't keep running on like this, but I am very excited about everything that's happening, all the wonderful things that's going on in the Austin community, as well as the West Side, overall, because I am a West Sider, born and raised on the West Side, not planning to move, raised my family here, and we're just West Siders forever. And believe in our communities, believe that, it's not enough just to be in the community, but to give back to the community. So I just really appreciate the opportunity again to network with you all. Taproots actually started back in 1978, and it was started I wasn't a part of Taproots when it first started, but it was a drop-in center for teen moms and a daycare center for their children. And then in the 90s, when I got involved with Taproots as a board member, we decided that, it's time to go outside of the walls and start partnering with other organizations and take the services on to the schools, and take the services to the churches, and take the services to the homeless shelters, to instead of just, being on the inside, but take the services out. So we started going out and connecting with many other community-based organizations and schools, you name it. And we started providing services, social emotional learning, teen sexuality health education, family life outreach, parenting sessions. And then eventually we started providing services through restorative justice practices. We are a delegate agency with the Chicago Department of Public Health. And again, just making, all types of connections with the community. We have 3 major programs. Our Imani Nia program is our cultural arts outreach. So again, under that program is our Color Girls are Cover Girls, our Urban Sons Speak Life. And then we just added 2 new programs under our Imani Nia program, which is our peer-to-peer peacemakers. And then this summer, we're going to be doing introduction to peer-to-peer peacemakers. So we're all about empowering young people and getting them when they're young, and starting to introduce them and expose them to the future now, not waiting until they're grown, but start to expose them now. That's why I'm excited. We love to invite professionals to come and talk to our young people. Right now, we're running our program virtually. We expect to have about 100 young people enrolled in our programs in the summer. Our young people range in age from 14 to about 19 in high school. But even before high school, we connect with some grammar schools and we start getting them prepared and talking about high school and talking about, getting involved in different programs. So we just really believe in empowering young people when they're young, and many of our young people who are graduating this year, going into college. They've already been accepted into college. We have a speaker who comes on and talks to them about uh, college and career planning, to get them used to starting planning right now. Don't wait until, you get into your 20s and your 30s, but start planning right now for your future. Don't just desire a job, but desire a career, you know, uh, do something that you love doing and get paid for it. So, that's what we're doing with our After School Matters programs, just trying to expose them to so many opportunities, and love the fact that many of them, we have seen them grow from grammar school, and now here they are getting ready to graduate and go into college. We have one of our program uh, participants who has graduated from college already, but last year we had her to come back as an intern, and this year we're going to have her come back as an intern again, and we hope to see that kind of thing just continue to happen over and over again. Then we have our Education for Life program, which through our Education for Life program, we're providing programs that promote prevention and awareness. So being aware of teen dating violence and abuse or domestic violence, being aware about health issues, and then of course, being aware about violence prevention. What are some things that we can do to prevent violence in our communities and in our neighborhoods? What are some things that we can do to build unity and build peaceful spaces in our neighborhoods? So with our restorative justice, what we call it our Education for Life, building communities through restorative practices program, our Austin project. We have locations in Austin and in East Garfield Park, as Tina read from the bio. And what we're doing is we're promoting the use of restorative justice practices. How do we get people connected? How do we get people in circles to start having conversations about so many things, whether it's in the schools? And we've seen young people learn how to get along in schools just by having these peace circles and these talking circles and these community building circles. We're going to churches, we're going into schools, we're going wherever, we're going to businesses, we're going wherever we're invited. We've been to the alderman's office and done community building circles and introduced them to the whole restorative practices arena. So we would love to share and introduce you all to restorative justice practices as well, and maybe we'll get an opportunity to do that at some point. So we're not only introducing people and conducting circles, but we're also training people to become circle keepers, because you can be trained to be a circle keeper. You can keep have a circle anywhere at any time. Last year we did some circles in the park. We called it RP in the park, and we just brought people out and had some circles in the park, and Tina partnered with us, and then she had invited us to a couple of her events where we were able to get people involved in circles and just get them to start talking, and then what we find out through these circles is that people start realizing, man, we have a lot in common. And then even though we have some differences also, guess what? We get to celebrate that diversity and the differences that we have. We were at a school yesterday and we had young people from kindergarten through about 5th grade, and just getting them in a circle to start to share and talk about. Yesterday, we focused on my favorites, just my favorite color, my favorite song, my favorite superhero, just those simple things. These young people were able to understand, man, you like that, I like that too, and then they saw that there were some differences too. Like one kid talked about how he liked his favorite food was broccoli, and the other kid said, ugh, broccoli. But what we do is we say, hey, instead of putting down and making judgments, let's listen to what people have to say. And guess what? You might start eating broccoli as a result of just listening to how good he says it tastes. And we did have a couple people say, you know what, I'm gonna try some broccoli. So, such a simple thing that can mean so much to bring people together and to help people realize that, we're all in this together. We had a session one time where we had a young seventh grader who had lost her two brothers. They were twins. They were 17 years old and they were both killed. This happened about 3 years ago. It was all in the news and everything. And she was used to being in a circle, but one of the things that we ask, in terms of dealing with restorative justice practices is, what do you need? Because sometimes we tend to give people what we think they want, but we need to ask people, and Fahim says this all the time, what do you need? So for this particular young girl, she didn't open up and start talking about the situation first, and all the other kids were eager because they thought she'd come back and she really want to talk about it in a circle. But instead she said, what I need is, I don't want anyone to ask me what happened. She said, I don't want anyone to hug me. She said, but it's okay if you say, I'm sorry for your loss. And then eventually she started to open up and to share, because one of the things we won't try to pressure people to share, but we do offer that space and that place where this is a safe space for you to share if that's what you want to do. And so we've reached, the very young, but we've reached even the elderly. Right now, we have a group of women who are coming together. Virginia came up with the name Let's Stay Together, because we know we're going through this time where people are so isolated and they feel like they're not making connections. So once a month on a Friday, usually the last Friday in the month, we're doing Let's Stay Together with these women who are coming together just to share. Some of them are taking care of elderly parents. Some of them are living alone, but it's just a wonderful time for them to come together and to share. And Fahim is starting a group called Sacred Men's Circle, because sometimes men just need to get together and talk. And, they don't want the women. They just want to do some man talk, some big boy talk. So he's doing that. And when Patty is one of our After School Matters instructors, and there are about 3 others that we have that are not able to be here on at this meeting, but they do circles with the teenagers every week, and they're learning to share with each other. As a matter of fact, we have a family who just lost their mom. They lost their mom. They're 14 and I think 15, 17, 18, and 22. So they lost their mom, but they're in a position where they're able to share if they want, and we're reaching out and trying to connect them with some of the help that they need. So anyway, I could go on and on and on, but that's what we're doing with our Education for Life program, particularly with our restorative justice practices program, just trying to bring people together. We are involved with 15 district police department. We're going to be doing, and you'll hear more about it. And Tina, I'll be sending you that information about our living in living color, in living color circle conference or summit that we're going to be having that weekend of Memorial Day. We're going to be coming together and saying, hey, let's, in different parts of Austin, let's do some circles. This family might do some circles over here, or maybe we might do some circles in the garden over here, or maybe we might do some circles in the park over here. But we'll be getting more information out about that. And then in August, we're going to be having our we call it Social Justice Saturday, but an opportunity to have a peaceful gathering. And we use the 15th District Police Department parking lot. And last year we used a portion of it, but this year I was saying to Sergeant Harris, I think we're going to need the whole parking lot this time, especially since not very many people are parking in their big parking lot. So we'll be getting more information out about that. Then we have our Family Life Outreach program, where we're trying to reach parents and just building their capacity to become, just to develop as parents. You know, we're not telling people that they're bad parents, but we're saying, hey, just come and learn about, you know, how to communicate more effectively with your child. Come and learn about, you know, discipline. Come and learn about stress management, because parents are under a lot of stress, and especially during COVID, when parents are, you know, some of them are working at home and they're juggling, you know, I've got to be teacher, and, you know, and I still have to work at home. And people might think it's easy because you're at home, but they're finding out it's even more difficult. So we're reaching out to parents to offer them some programs also, and some support. I hope I didn't leave anything out. And if any of my staff want to say anything or add anything, please feel free to do so. Anybody?
You offer free training. You do not charge for free
We
training.
don't charge for anything. We don't charge for anything. We're not asking anybody to pay a penny for anything that we offer. We believe that, you know, and again, we're funded to do what? To provide services, not to try to get money from people. You know, we want to invest in people, and we want to invest in the community, not take away from it. So we thank you, Tina, for reminding me of that. We don't charge for anything. So when we say training, we're not setting a fee for you to be trained. All we need is a space. That's all we need. We'll come to your space. We'll come on your site. That's all we need, space and time. That's it. And we provide all the material, all the supplies. We'll bring food too. So all you got to do is say, hey, you know what? We just, you know, we would like for you to come introduce us to restorative practices. A lot of times people think when we talk about restorative justice, we're thinking that, you know, somebody has done something wrong, and sometimes it happened that way, and now we got to resolve this conflict. But we believe that, you know, and also just building relationships. Nobody's done anything wrong, but let's just come together. Let's get to know each other. We live on the same block. We visit the same, we use the same daycare. We go to the same church, you know, what have you. But let's get together and let's really get to know each other so that we can start to promote peace and unity in our communities. God bless you. And thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Ruby, because one thing I can say is it's right. The skills that your program, that your organization is offering, it does go across generations. It doesn't just affect the children, it affects adults as well. And these are skills that many grown-ups are lacking, especially in the workplace. So thank you so much for sharing today on the Chamber Check-In, because I'm sure that some business owner did learn something today or in the future, because it's going to be circulating through YouTube and on Facebook. So thank you so much. And I noticed that some people were asking questions, and answers were given, like basically what is the age, the age for that your programs start. And Patty wrote that you work with children as young as 3 years of age. And you work in schools, churches, and social service agencies. So not only do you serve the community, but you serve social service agencies as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you have a teenager who is graduating from 8th grade, 14 years old, and I think some 13s, Patty, you'll have to share what age they would, what date they would have to turn 14 by, but they can apply for After School Matters. And then not only our program, but there's so many programs they can apply for and get paid. So starting at age 14, graduating from grammar school up through high school, they can apply for After School Matters. And of course, you know, there's the One Summer Chicago program also that young people can apply for.
Thank you. Thank you. And yes, with One Summer Chicago, most our older youth have access to that information. But for those who are just becoming of age, or parents, if you're watching this, please just Google One Summer Chicago. And also After School Matters application is also on that website, I believe. And your youth or your teenager will be able to get a job during the summer. Thank you. Patty put Ruby's email address in the chat. If you look down to the right of the chat section, right next to the word file, if you click on those three dots, you will be able to download everything that's mentioned in the chat section. So you don't have to worry about screenshotting or print screening the chat if you're working from a computer. All you have to do is click on those three dots and then you can download it. So I will give you an opportunity to do that. And then before my last announcement, I want to just kind of go over a few of our announcements that we mentioned in the email. So our next chamber check-in definitely will be the last Thursday in May. And we have two people who's here. One person is Antonia Rupert. She's an art in resident in Austin. And I would like for Antonia to come on our May chamber check-in to speak. Okay, just see something, to speak at our May chamber check-in. And then Bunny is also here with us today. I would like for Bunny to share just kind of briefly a little bit next month what she's looking, she and her other musician artists are looking to bring to the West Side, or primarily into the Austin community. If you received our email this month, and it was, from Tina Augustus, from the desk of Tina Augustus, there's a link in the at the very top, construction bid closing soon. Ujamaa is another Black-owned construction company. They're doing work in the Austin community, Build, if you know the Build community. They will be renovating Bill's current location and also building a larger facility next door to Build. They're looking for construction workers and construction companies to come and to submit bids or to work with them. If you do not have a construction company, they're also looking to work with you. So if you go back to the email, I will be sending it out soon. So the bid will be closing soon. I'm going to send it to you. All you have to do is click on this link up here, and it's going to open up a letter that they've written. And so I've shared the letter in this link. There's also a video that Chicago Defender published on YouTube, and it has a number of residents all over Chicago who have taken the COVID shot, the vaccination, and they shared their experience. So Chicago Defender and other groups are really working to get the word out. So I encourage you to go back to this email and share, go to YouTube and share that video with your neighbors, with your coworkers. So we got to get the word out so that others can get vaccinated as well. And then there's an email regarding vaccination at Loretto Hospital. So now they're offering the first and second vaccination again. So I want to have it put on here for the record. You can now get your vaccination, your COVID vaccination at Loretto Hospital. And so they have a flyer in English and in Spanish. And that's Vida Larde again, her grand opening that's coming soon. And then Betty's Daycare Academy, they're looking for teachers. So they have job openings as well. And then our wonderful Juneteenth event that's coming up. At first, we plan to have it on Saturday, June the 19th, in which our group, Crystal Dyer, is part of this group, and we've invited Ruby and her organization as well to participate. Now it's been expanded to 3 weekends. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, June 18th through the 20th. And so quite a few organizations, this is just a small number. This is an old flyer, which is in the process of being updated. So we're going to have more logos on here and organizations represented. So Jamae Nellam, she's a police officer on the west side of Chicago in Austin. Her information is there. And then Bernard Clay of Introspect. He's the founder and executive director of a youth-led not youth led, but a youth organization helping to get our young people college bound ready. And then this is something, actually it happened yesterday. The Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, they are offering different trainings and workshops. So we're going to be having their information featured on our website as well. And then Chicago Neighborhood Tourism. Actually, Austin is not just with Invest Southwest is being placed on the map, but a lot of wonderful things are happening. And Antonia Rupert is going to be able to share, and then we'll be able to share more information as well. So just, look out for our emails, and we're going to put a link in there too. It's from Elevate Services. On behalf of Elevate Services, our company send out e-blasts for companies, and so we've merged with the chamber to kind of, cut costs for the chamber to send out their emails. I do want to show something else to you, and I forgot to share this with our website. These are resources, immediate resources that you will be able to access. We have links to our Alderman Emma Mitt's office, Alderman Jason Irvin's office, Alderman Chris Taliaferro's office. Then we have links to the city of Chicago where you can get up-to-date information on COVID-19. You'll be able to listen to our mayor, Lori Lightfoot. She was speaking this morning, and I was on her Zoom call this morning as well. You will be able to go to the Business Affairs and Consumer Protection to apply for licenses, permits, find out about their trainings, upcoming events. You can also apply or subscribe to their newsletter. Westside Forward has trainings for business entrepreneurs. And then other partners, Elevate Services. You can link to our website to see what programs and services that we offer. And then Loretto Hospital. Currently, our office is located in Loretto, but I'm doing a duo from my office and Loretto. And as I mentioned earlier, Fury, I call her name Fury, not Samantha. It's AKA Samantha, but Fury, she's our intern as well. But I just wanted to show that to you. And then I think I pretty much mentioned all of our announcements and what's happening next month. Thank you for joining us on our April Chamber check-in. Before we end, I'll give you an opportunity to download the chat. And then I need to know if anyone has any questions before we leave.
Tina, this is Moretta Brown Miller here. Good afternoon, everybody. I am from the Chicago Park District. I did put in the chat that the Chicago Park District has extended their seasonal hiring deadline to May 9th. And please go on the website, www.chicagoparkdistrict.com, to fill out the application. I did also put my email information in there.
Wonderful. Do you have a flyer, Moretta, so that I can send it out in the e-blast? Can you send it?
Yeah, I do. I have an old flyer that I can send you. I don't have one with the new date on it.
Okay.
Okay, because they're looking for lifeguards, attendants, laborers, and rec leaders, and you must be 16 years of age to 21, and you will have to take a drug test.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get that to you.
Thank you so much. And well, do I have permission to modify the flyer to put your new date, May 9th, on there?
I don't see why not. I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you this evening.
All right. Thank you so much. Any other questions or comments or announcements, anyone?
Hi, Tina, this is LaShawn. I just want to say thank you so much. I'm just so excited. You can probably see me smiling throughout the meeting. I just look forward to working with you and all of the others that are a part of the chamber. Just wanted to give a quick announcement that we are hiring as well. Addis is looking for some folks that are that love to work with seniors to provide services in their homes. We have flexible hours. If you work or go to school, we're flexible with your schedule. We have a good starting rate. hourly rate, sick time, vacation time, you name it. We are hiring, and most importantly, I am paying a $400. Yes, I said $400 sign-on bonus if you are hired by May 31st. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. I'll put my email and office number in the chat, or you can contact the chamber or Tina, or however we get in contact. But if you're not interested, I know you know somebody that would be interested in joining Addis Home Care, which is a national healthcare company, and so many all over the state of Illinois and about 28 states. So thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much, LaShawn. Any other announcements or comments? Questions?
Tina, good afternoon, everybody. You can probably hear in the background, I've got my two lovely grandbabies with me, but I'm just going to jump on. This has been a delight to be a part of this, and I'm excited about being able to share what the artists in residency and what that all is looking like for the Austin community next month. I would just like to give a little teaser that we are working with the chamber, and I'm so excited. We're working with the chamber and other partners to bring an art tour to Austin. Yes, an art tour to Austin, and that artwork is going to be created by local teens, young people, and some of our residents. So that's a little teaser. If you know any excited and teens who are just itching to do some artwork with us, please, my information is already in the chat. Feel free to send them my way. We're also looking for businesses who might want to be a part of our tour, and that information will be expounded on next month. But I'm excited, so I thank you so much for allowing me to share and be a part of this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonia. All right. Okay, so that's a wrap. We'll see you next month. Please feel free to reach out to me in the Austin Chamber of Commerce. We have a lot of chats, comments, and phone numbers and emails. Please download this. I'm giving you an opportunity to download all of the information in the chat so that you can continue your networking, because that's the purpose of the Chamber Check-In, is for us to network with one another and to share great news about the success of our businesses, as well as programs that we have offering to the community of Austin and the surrounding areas. All right, well, thank you so much, and we'll sign off right now. See you next month.